Hi guys, just a quick video to answer a few questions. The first question being, does my guitar have a low action? Well, this guitar actually has, it's not a high action, but it's quite a high action. It's high-ish, and mainly because the neck is slightly twisted. So it's higher on the first three strings, the G, B and E, than it is on the E, A, D strings. So if this was the neck and the strings were flat, they would be like this. But because there's a slight bow, the strings are slightly up on the treble end like that. The problem being is that I changed the truss rod, but I can't really take it to a guitar repairs or anything because I use this and I play on it maybe 3 or 4 hours a day. So it's not a guitar that I can just sort of take to a guitar repair workshop and get done at the moment, although I will at some point. The next question was about the stand, and this is a guitar support, and this is called the Tappert. You can see that? And it's stuck on with suction cups. I won't take this support off at the moment because it's really nicely stuck on here and the suction cups are holding it lovely. But you need a gloss on the guitar, or you can get that tape stuff that you put on that it sticks to. The reason for using this is that it makes me aligned with my instrument and no back pain or posture problem. Also, it's great for the fretting hand as it's aligned with the guitar strings and the fingerboard. They're also good for YouTube for making videos because the guitar is held in a nice position for teaching. So this is the Tappert guitar support with suction cups, but there's another one I use. Now, if you have one of these wonderful things, the Ovation guitar, you might say to yourself, how will a guitar support work on here? Well, I'll show you a bit of magic. This is the Barnett guitar support. I think it's called something different nowadays, but watch this. Magic. Well, you can see, you can change the height, and what happens is that there are 2 magnets I put in here which are just stuck in with double-sided tape, and these 2 magnets here, and they just connect to these magnets, and then you've got a guitar support for the Ovation guitar. You can use this on any guitar incidentally. You could use this on a guitar that's non-glossed or something, but I wouldn't use this personally on a very expensive guitar. The guitar picks that I use are these ones. They're the Delrin 500 Jim Dunlop 2mm. They're the purple ones basically, and they're quite thick, so what I do is very lightly file the sides. I don't do anything major, it's very lightly file them, especially before making a video, so that they sound a lot more trebly, otherwise they're extremely mellow. But I like them because they seem to work really well. For strings, I generally use the Pro Art strings. I also sometimes use the black first 3 strings with the ball ends by Ernie Ball. And I like those strings, and they're easier to put on as well. This guitar is a Taylor NS54 CE, and it's one of the first lot that they did with a 14th fret cutaway. And at the time, I desperately wanted a 14th fret cutaway nylon guitar. So I was going to get a Wechster like John McLaughlin's guitar, because they started making those at that time. And the problem was I had to go to America if I was going to buy it and pick it up. And luckily I went into Guitar Village, which is an amazing guitar shop here in England. And it was the Boss Gone Mad sale. I went in there and on the wall was this one. And the guy said, look, come back at the weekend because the sale is on and you'll get it cheaper. And I came back that weekend and I bought this guitar and Ovation Elite guitar. And yeah, it was an amazing moment for me because I had 2 really nice guitars. And I've kept both of them ever since as well. When you buy a nice instrument, it's just a nice thing to have because it brings out the best in you as a player as well. Lastly, when I make videos, I generally use an iPhone that then goes through this software called Camo that works like a webcam. And I've got Rode NT1A microphone plugged into that. And I have to work on some lighting and stuff. It's a lot of work making videos. It doesn't look like it, but a lot of work goes into it. And it's quite complicated because if I have the iPhone on, Camo on, I've got Logic Pro X on, I've got the audio interface, I've got the microphone, I've got to think about lighting. It means that when I'm making videos, I'm not really thinking about music, which is ironic, I know, because I have to concentrate on all the technical stuff working. Because if one thing goes glitchy, then the whole lot's finished, you know. That's why it's frustrating making videos. Anyway, when I record, I just record everything plain, and then afterwards I cut the audio in Logic X and then add Chroma Verb, Brass Hall, about 19% on the guitar. But I have to cut it all before I can put it on the guitar, and it's quite time consuming. It does take a bit of time. But it's the only way I can get the reverb on the guitar and put a compressor on the vocals when I'm talking, to make the audio, you know, sound as best as I can make it sound. Which on video, the audio is the most important thing. Anyway, that's just to answer some questions. If this video was of any use to you, then please smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, click the notification button, and I'll see you all in the next video. And thank you for watching.